Cuts are now on the horizon for national parks like the Grand Canyon in northern Arizona. That's according to the 2027 budget proposal the White House released last week.
Park employee advocates say they're already feeling the sting of staffing and budget cuts over the last year. And now they're worried more could hurt park employees and visitors for years to come. Mason Carroll has more from the Grand Canyon.
National parks across the country, like the Grand Canyon, have been dealing with major staffing and funding cuts over the last year under the Trump administration. Now, a proposed budget could cut another 25% in 2027. Park employee advocates tell me they're angry and frustrated with what they say is a continuous attack on America's national parks.
Right now, the morale in the National Park Service is the lowest it's ever been.
According to the National Park Service, more than 323 million people visited national parks and monuments last year, with 26 parks setting attendance records. But since last year's budget cuts, the Park Service has lost 4,000 employees. Bill Wade, the executive director of the Association of National Park Rangers, says the firing and then rehiring of park employees, plus incentives for early retirement, have impacted national parks.
That effort actually reduced the permanent employment of the National Park Service by about 25%.
Now more cuts could be coming. The Trump administration's 2027 proposed budget would cut $736 million, which is an additional 25% from national parks across the country. Wade says this will hurt smaller parks in Arizona, including the Petrified National Forest or monuments like Walnut Canyon.
You know, in things like air quality, archaeology, history, engineering, contracting, all of those behind the scenes functions that visitors might not see, but certainly, at least in the long run, are definitely going to impact how parks can operate.
But Wade adds now park employees are scared to speak up, and fewer people are applying for Park Service jobs, which he says will impact guest experience in the long run.
So they're working harder. They still have the same passion in many cases to try to provide for visitor enjoyment and experience and protect those resources, but it's getting very, very difficult.
Reporting from the Grand Canyon, Mason Carroll for Arizona.